as he sees fit. Everybody all right? Yes, all right, two, to be alive. Two, to come along and see how to work this thing out and make sure we get this thing right. Cause it's definitely closing down on it, closing in fast. So I go to make sure we got this thing right. Isn't that right? I seen the storm in Florida. I was talking to Boston a little bit. I told him, I tell people again, I just been with you. I'm starting to look at more and more states that lack intelligence. There's no way I'll sit somewhere and these people tell me to evacuate, 16-foot wave coming, and I'm going to say, I wish they called my phone. I wouldn't even answer the phone. I'll leave you right. At some point, you got to use your head. You can't ask other people to, what's wrong? I'm drowning. So let me get this straight. You drowning. If I come up, what's going to happen to me? It better you drown than me. Just common sense of people just thinking. It'd be different. It just fell in. Nobody knew, unexpected. You're being told. You're being warned. And I get Florida think they're a smart state too. Now I got to start rating them now. California, New York, Florida. When I start rating y'all people, this is not intelligent. I'm watching people intelligent. I tell you what, let us have to evacuate Kenya. Let it flood out and see if I come back and rebuild. That's how you'll see. I'm done. They can have it. Cash me out, I'm gone. I don't do rebuilding. They can keep it. This ain't Jerusalem. That's America. I don't do no rebuild. Y'all can keep it. Once it tore down, I got to leave here. I got to pack and leave. I'm unlike y'all. I know y'all sentimental. I don't have no sentimental value for these people. This is all slave property. When I have to evacuate, I don't do rebuild. Man, I'm not finna pack up my family every time I gotta go. That don't even make common sense. So what that mean? This the last time? No. I don't know what people think about. I remember one year they all had to evacuate. They evacuated about 3 or 4 times. The last time got them. They messed around and stayed. People were getting out of there. This one back a few years ago, this in the 2000s, they left out about 3 times. That 4th time, people like, man, I ain't leaving. Then that happened the other 3 times. That one caught them. That's how I get you every time. Use your common sense. Man, once I'm sitting in mile-long traffic, all the time it take me to get out of here, all the time it take me to get back. All the time I come back, I left something, and I'm gone. Y'all can have it. For sale. That's what I'm putting out. For sale. Y'all got me immediately. How many of y'all like that? Y'all try to go back and rebuild? Where my rebuilders? Now they ain't rebuilding. That's like New Orleans. Man, that was a baraka. That thing got what? All the drug, crime, murders in there, man. Be like, please leave that thing underwater. Just take the levee down, leave it underwater, move the people. It gave them a chance to see. Because there were people, had never left New Orleans. They didn't know the rest of the world existed. You know how scary that is? Had never left New Orleans. That's how poor and that's how ignorant they left the people. You didn't even know there was a world outside of New Orleans. They thought that was the whole world. That's sad, man, just sad. Now, Louisiana, they're going to probably be one of our dumbest states. They're going to be they're not dumb like that now, like that. It's just dumb to how things operate because the killing is a norm. And they actually, now, they just hire citizens today to be police officers. It's that bad. They just hiring citizens. You're a citizen, be a police. No training. Police. What they tell you, though? I mean, they already know you're going to get shot anyway. Just going out. They don't make no difference. The citizens, they don't even know the law. You just finna, you finna get these people guns. They don't know how the law, no training. You just finna loose these people out here in a car. This is Louisiana. New Orleans. You know how much dope finna be in these cars? The wrong people they're gonna be arrested citizens. Talking about innocent citizens. They're gonna be transporting drugs, gang, guns, everything. The police in New Orleans are already crooked anyway. That's terrible. Y'all saw they had, I don't know, did y'all ever look at the special about those people? Not police. Man, them bastards were killing people, put them in the back of a car, burn them up. The police. I remember they had one news story. They were standing up in a hotel. They had took over a hotel somewhere. And the reporter came up to the door and knocked on the door. Asked them like, the city is underwater, flooded. People, they're like, hey, y'all in here? That joy, get away from the door. Get away from the door. Man, you on camera. You remember that? That's stupid. They're videoing you, retard. Retard done forced the man out there, closed the door back, thought that was the end of the story. You're like, oh, feds came and got all them joking it all over. They let that right now. They just cleaned up. Feds come through. They were black too. No, they were going. They should have been putting their uniform, walking outside. I would head straight to work. There had no way I would answer. I'd been hitting no reporter thinking this the end of it. But like I said, a lot of it ain't. I don't think it's the state more than just people mentality. It's just we don't harbor too many dumb people. Georgia got dumb people. We got 2 of them. We ain't exempt from nobody. We got our share of them. We got 2 of them. We got 2 naturalized homosexuals from Georgia. That's it. One of them didn't come, he fell off a truck coming through, and the other one, he's never been caught with another man. It's been all women. So he's still questioning himself. So we only have 2 naturalized homosexuals in Georgia. Other than that, we clean. So whenever y'all talking about, I be seeing a bunch of cities in Georgia, they're not from him. Just showing to our listen, that's not ours. Isn't that right? Uncle Ted, you good? Uncle Ted, when you hold on, Uncle Ted, where you were born at, Uncle Ted? Where was you born at? Where was you born at, Uncle Ted? In Georgia. Uncle Ted knew it clean. He knew it clean up here. You spent more time down in Florida. You spent more time in Florida than him, or more than him?
Yeah, I seen Piedmont Parks, and it was happening.
And Piedmont Park, them sisters there is not from him. Piedmont Park was built on trust, integrity, love, hope, and prayer. Now, them folk went out there and did something else. They didn't read the creed of Piedmont Park. I went down there. I only seen sisters one time during the days of the week. I didn't know we had, and I know they weren't from him. On no Sunday, they went down on Sunday. Kerry, you to go down. Me, please don't add me. Me from North Carolina. Them folk got the worst food I had in my life. How many of y'all from North Carolina? Tab, you gonna act like you're not from North Carolina? Oh, that's good. You clean. You good. You clean. Yeah, you good. I see you in the mail. Cool. Them North Carolina. Listen, the worst food I ate in my life was in North Carolina. I ain't lying. Woo, that's terrible. Just terrible. Anybody had from the 8 down there? Oh, you remember we went to White for down there? You remember eating down there? Ooh, food just terrible. They had one deacon made us a pie though. You remember he made that? Now that man could cook. You remember that deacon made us that pie down there in Whiteford when I used to go down there and preach. Yeah, that blue. That pie, no, it was good. I couldn't eat no meat, no vegetable. That pie sure was good though. He the only person in the whole city, county, state of North Carolina could cook. Just terrible, everything. When you F up F'd up an Arby's, F'd up fried chicken, F'd up collard, I ate it, took me. He said, I know you're going to like this place. Son, had to wait till sun went out, sat down, I ate it. What you think about that one? It's terrible. I said, it's terrible. I said, when you mess up soul food, and these niggas in here cooking, it wasn't like these were niggas with Mexican, white folk with niggas. This is nigga owned, nigga cooked, nigga done bought it, nigga supposed to grow it. Terrible. Well, I ain't one more place I think just almost tad terrible. That place in Milledgeville that time. Y'all remember we stopped down in Milledgeville, we looked at that farm that time? Yeah, they had them rutabagas. I wasn't too impressed with them. Yeah, they were terrible. Homegrown, it was all in that homegrown vegetable. They should just, they'd did better just serving cocaine and just handing it out to everybody. That food was terrible. It wasn't, I mean, it was, if you ain't got nothing else in your stomach to eat on the whole entire earth, and you stuck on Jupiter, right over by Saturn and Mars, and you can't find no grilled cheese from the moon, eat them. But just eat a little bit of it. Who ate over there? Y'all remember that? Then you go, that's when we went down there. We went to see that farm that time in Milledgeville. Then I thought you were down there. So look at the ground is fertile. That one you down there. Brother Cypher. Who went down there? Who remember? Then you went down there? Oh, you and Dwight. Y'all two went. Y'all both rode with me. Was I cussing back then? Was I cussing back then? No, he talking about the wrong place. Don't pay him no attention. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about something different. No. That's a different place. That's when we went to look at a property I was going to build some houses on. That's not the same thing. What you talking about? Was I using that word back then? Can I say a bad word? Can I say a bad word? All I needed one. No, that's a different. That's when we went to look at we probably going to build on. Now, we're talking about the farm property. You went down there, though, didn't you? I like, why would I have both of y'all together? Both of y'all, ooh, not together. I know I would have thought about that. It's some people, you put them in your car, you got to think. Not both of them together. Could you see that one? Both of them in there together. You can see that. Just how long did it go? And what?
That's just a weird combination.
Weird. Would you be questioning in your mind like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what phone calls took place? Like, who you call first? How can you like? Who said they're calling the white?
Yeah. All that's just dangerous. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough by itself. It was rough that day. I tried to put out my memory. I appreciate you bringing it back up. I really tried to start. I was saying to myself, why would I have both of them in the car at the same time? What was going on in my life? You know, some people, you just want to know, what was I doing at that time? That's what I did. That's what, oh my goodness. It sure was. Did we fix it right? Oh, that's all I want to know. Anyway, it'd be the wrong choice. So why did I have you in there? Because your car was, and I said, yeah, your car getting fixed. Come on, ride with me. And I had that nerve-wracking nigga. And you'll snap at any time. I don't believe I did that. That makes sense. Because I know everybody, man, he going to snap on anything. It don't matter what it is, he going to snap. Then you got, he can't hear. When he don't want to hear you, he can't hear you. When he purposely don't want, you'll be saying, Dwayne, that tip. How many of y'all done see him do that? Don't he do it? You know I'm hanging on something. I'm like, I think you need them little pogo sticks you walk on your hand. What them little pogo stick things? Stilts, that's what he need on the hand. That's what they call them, stilts or pogo stick. For people that get on now, I think they give you a polio. You need them polio sticks. He got the polo on his shirt. You need the ones on your arm. You be doing that one. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All the clappers, I let see them in the mail cool, the first one. We full now. We full. Listen. We don't mind no clapping on the outside of the gate because we ain't going to be able to hear it anyway. Who is out there? Hayward, please tell me that one you, Hayward. I know that, listen. Hayward used to make me so mad. We'll have, sometimes we have like where people going to be at. And Hayward get further from the gate. And one time, Hayward was doing better. He was doing real good. I said, I tell you what. I said, Hayward, you'll be right at the gate. They'll be right there at the door. Jetta said, if you stick your head in that gate, I'm going to bash your head in. He been out. Then Hayward messed up. He just moved further from the gate. He was doing good. One time he was like 20 miles. How far he been out? About 100, 200 miles from the gate. You remember that? He was pretty far though. Then you had worked yourself all the way back to the gate, didn't you? You were there. Hey, I'm talking about Hayward at the gate where you could look in and see the people. If folk walk by you, you know he was so close. If folk walk by the gate, the little wind hit you. That attitude. 5 miles back here. Every time he just going back. But Justin told her, Justin, if you stick your head in that gate, I'm going to bash your head in. Just don't stick your head in the gate. Hayward that type of person like that. How many of y'all don't really know Hayward? Enjoy your life. Because once Mike, you don't know Hayward? But you know Waffle House. That's scary. The man know Waffle House, but he don't know Hayward. How long you know Hayward? About 15 years. You know how long you don't know Hayward? Hayward, Mike don't know you. He said he don't know you. He said he know Waffle House, but he don't know you. Mike, he said come out there. He want to talk to you. He want to talk to you outside right there. He said he going to cut the light off, just come in that room there. But you from North Carolina. I just thought about worst food I ever ate. Because you came here, you were slim and intelligent. Remember that? Woo, that man was so professional. Had y'all seen, man, Mike come in, man, he used to be on time, be woke. Mike was in shape. He used to run in place before synagogue. He just be standing there, running in place in front of the door. I just like to be in shape for the word. I said, I got to get this man in here. As soon as he started eating up everything, he can't remember now. I said, he wasn't talking like that at first. I just put an X on the application, whole law. Did he act like that when he first came raw? You remember that? You could see him, the way he is now, that's how he acted when he first came. He was a talk, what? You said, man, that guy there, I could sit down by that man and learn something. And you said, I said, by that man, I'm going to get fat. Put another X on his chest. Mike, what you done ate that week? Name the restaurants, Mike. You want to make it in the mail cool? All right, what you ate that week? Spinach pasta. All right, that's for snack. What you ate? So you've been eating spinach and pasta, baked chicken all week since we seen you Shabbat. Think about it, Mike. Devil said, think about your answer, Mike. What else you ate? McDonald's. You tried to throw me? Yeah, I know my. That man said, Mike, that said, Mike. You thought I had to scratch my head to remember McDonald's? You can't remember. It's a golden arch in your mind. That man got Ronald McDonald just running through his mind. I know Mike McDonald. All right, where else we ate Mike? McDonald's. Think about it, Mike. That's all you ate: spinach, pasta, and McDonald's. What else? We ain't had no candy. Who? McDonald's. Gum ain't candy. What kind of candy you eating? Blow pops. So all you had is one McDonald's visit a week. Mike, I'm just curious, Mike. What's at McDonald's worth eating? Help me understand. Double cheeseburger and what else? And fries. Yeah. Man, they had double cheese. They still sell double cheeseburger. I remember they had it for 99 cents. How much is it now? But that used to be it, 99 cents. Them 99-cent double cheeseburger. Now they sucker me in for years. I ain't lying. I ride through. I used to get me two of them things. That one meat with me. How many y'all get them double cheeseburgers? Man, I remember then. Y'all remember Burger King used to do them 99 cents. They'll do the Whopper. They'll swap them out. Then you be like, man, I want the Whopper. Go on, let me get the double cheeseburger. You out now. You like, how much that cost now? $2.50. French fry high though. Them French fries $2.50. Yeah, French fry high. So you went there twice, same day? What day was it? Tuesday? You know the day Wednesday, so they ain't far off now. Don't be thinking like Tuesday like from months ago. Might be able to. What you gonna eat the rest of the week? You ain't gonna stay away from that? Nothing else. It's hard. What you like? I know IHOP one of your favorites. IHOP your favorite?
Yes, sir.
This is it. What you get from this is it? Yam, cabbage, macaroni and cheese. You ain't even got to no meat yet. You don't get no meat. You think I believe that man don't get no meat? I think that man go there and for yam, cabbage. He can't give me that meat and that cabbage. Yeah, that's pork. Go ahead. That's it. Yam, cabbage, and macaroni and cheese. The meat too high. So you just order those three things, I'm correct? He thinking. Oh, he thinking. It's the answer about to come. Yam, cabbage, macaroni and cheese, broccoli casserole. Something missing, Mike. Cornbread? No cornbread. Why you don't eat no cornbread? Put weight on you? Huh? You gotta have collard green to eat cornbread. You say you order cornbread. Then you say eat a collard green. Oh, you eat cabbage, so you don't have to order no cornbread. Because you get the collard green, then you have to get the cornbread. So you don't want the cornbread, you just get the cabbage. You know you can get the collard green and don't order the cornbread. There for the record. You ain't got to get it now. That's all right. We know what might die. We'll be checking back on you, should buy it. You got 2 more days to hold out and come in here clean. You can do it. We appreciate it, Mike. Eat healthy eventually. Everybody else all right? Yeah, I used to have a stomach. I could eat all that stuff now. Time done ran me down. That stuff don't digest no more, though. You get some time, man, you eat that stuff, man, you had to go straight to the toilet and just sit there and pray to drop something off. That stuff, I'm telling you, they said, now probably last year, I did go by McDonald's, I got to order them fried. I just want to see. If them fried like they was, no. And then they were too high. Them things were $2. I said, hold on for a minute. For some fries. I'm like, they protect. I said, I'll cut them up for you. How y'all get? I stopped by church last year. I ain't been to church. Church had some good crinkle fries. Cause my mind was thinking back in the 80s, them crinkle fries were good. I said, when I got them, they said $4. I said, $4. I said, I ain't order no chicken. I had the fries. She said, it was like $4 at the Lord fry. I had room in that bag. I was pissed. I said, $4. You should have loaded the bag down. I'm talking the bag you put the fries in. Anybody y'all working these fast food restaurants, fill them bags up. That's just right. Man, it's a potato. I started telling her, I bring my own potatoes when you cook them. $4 for, y'all understand, fries used to be 89 cents. Who remember that? 89 cents for regular. A large was like 119, and we were pissed in. You're like, a large, 119? A large fry is $4. Yeah, at church it's like $4. It was like $4.15, something like that. Man, Lord, I said, give me a bucket of chicken. I said, give me a box of chicken. Chicken was higher than that. I said, I'm probably the only food. I started, and everything saying, Lee, I said, no, let me go on steak. I used to drive off. I went to go to the crowd. I told them, I got them out there, $25. I'm standing at the joke, put something, that joke scooping, we doing one, he's shaking. I said, what you shaking for? You just getting started. That joke counting, he's putting on. I said, he said, you want some gravy? I said, I want some oxtail. Talking no gravy, I want some oxtail. He said, this all we put on there. I said, you gonna put them oxtail now? He said, that we put. I said, man, I'm gone. Man, I ain't paying no time. Popped out the door that joint. I said, man, sell that oxtail plate to somebody else. You charge it $25, $26. At least you done priced it, make it right. That nigga count oxtail and he pick up one, shake it. I said, oh, you get them little ones, it take 8 of them, easy. Now, there's some folk work out there at that place. I hope you making the mail cool. Because they know how to make an oxtail plate. Man, one day I had to tell her to stop. I said, I was easy because I ain't want to rush nothing. My spirit, I was fighting the spirit like, you good though, but I'm like, you know how many you have put on that face? Somebody said, she done it. Short? No, dark skin, I don't know. I think dark, I'm gonna have to go there. I think we have a racial conflict. It's a short, light skin one now. She look thick. She was nice. Yeah, she nice. She got, oh man, she was cool. I said that lady, you gotta be saved. I can see her. I see some in your spirit. I'm telling you, if we still had blessing, let them shower down on her. I'd have gave her 4 or 5. That oxtail plate she put, I said, that woman ain't nothing but the truth. Y'all hear me? That woman was nothing but the truth. Woman just right. She just did right. I said, you just right. I ain't got no condemnation. I like you who said, nobody that condemned thee, neither do I. I couldn't condemn her. I ain't seen no fault on them. These folks look at you paying $26 for a plate. Just make it right. You ain't got to give me the pot. Stop. Give me the pot. That's $26. I'm going to start killing my own ox. That's what I'm going to do. If any of y'all out there own any cow and you got that ain't got no tail on it, don't be calling me, accusing me of nothing. I'm going to just chop the boot off them things. I mean, they worth it. I don't know who came up with oxtail and who decided to cut something hanging on the booty and chop it up and charge them prices. Thank you. All I'm saying, thank you. I don't know what made them want to eat that hanging over booty like that, but somebody like, that thing look good. They trying to boot it. That tail. And chop that thing up. I don't know how they came up with it, but I don't find no fault with them. Boy, that's a serious eat. Boy, you talking about a nigga. Let me tell you something. I done been to family reunion. I've been to a good one. I ain't never been to one that had no oxtail. I ain't never in my life. I ain't no family worth it. They'll have ribs. Now, my mama's side, them niggas ain't. You know what, mama? I don't ever remember your family ever barbecuing no rib. Do you? Them niggas F up a pig in a minute. They'll take a whole pig and put it on the grill and tear down the meat, just stringing meat. I said, this is some retarded stuff here. You had the whole hog. They'll put it on that grill, cook it. Listen, when that thing pop, it ready. I said, surely them niggas got the reels out. They just tear the whole thing down, every piece of meat, the stringing meat, and make this old vinegar sauce for it. I mean, I ate it. What you gonna do? It was punishment. How they grew up. My family don't know about no ribs. They probably eat them now. When we growing up, no, they ain't no pig had ribs. I had to go home and eat them. It's so many niggas. You do rib, folks gonna end up a fight. Man, them big country niggas eat 2 slabs by themselves. And the pig ain't got but 2. So all they did, they took the whole, y'all, how many of y'all had family? The country, I know, They just take the whole and just strip the whole pig down. The string is just meat. Yeah. Like, what make a nigga do that? Pulled pork. Yeah, they pulled all of it too. Now, I mean, pulled pork, they had real, true pulled pork. And I hate it to this day because they had to eat it family reunion. They didn't know how to cook. They didn't know how to do no family reunion. Only thing they had good, that was beer. I learned how to I had to make fun for myself. And we realized that one day we round out, they tell us, because you'll be walking by there, they'll grab you, they'll walk back for a second. They be sitting there talking, they be sitting up there, they said, go get me a beer. Yeah, they do that, man. You walk by, them niggas didn't get up, they cut in their conversation. You go get them a beer, one couple boys said, listen, said, you know, they have us to get all the beer. They said, just go there and just grab one like you getting for somebody. So you get a beer, somebody, they said, where you going with that beer? You said, I'm going. They said, go on, get out of here. We right around inside the house, drinking with them. Because we learned, they were sending us to the cooler. All you had to tell you just said, I'm getting a bill. They hand you a bill. You just go around. We pop around inside the house. Man, we were lit up too, right with them. Nobody couldn't condemn nobody. Them some good old times. Yeah, we need another family reunion. How many of y'all used to drink? How old y'all when y'all started? Chris, how old were you the first time you drank? 6? 18? You should have been quitting by then. By the time I was 18, it was time me try to get to a rehab. How old were you when you started drinking?
Mom gave me some champagne at 6.
6. Good age. That's why I was when I started. I was about 6, 7, about 7. I was about 7. 7 years old. Yes. Your husband gave me a slit small liquor bull. He was in the refrigerator. And I asked my daddy for a beer. We come from the store. I said, let me have one. He looked at me. He said, all right. He gave it to me. I dropped that thing. Me and that bull got on that bed. We was just riding. You came home from work. I remember you were going out cussing. But I was out of it. I was on that bed, man. Me and that bull just riding. I was just laying on that bed, just talking to myself and everything. He said, that'll break him right there. That broke me in. I don't know if people come with that stupid stuff, cigarette. They used to mess us up. They used to let us light cigarettes for them. I remember had cut you at Tell you tell them, let me light it for them. They be like, knock out. They be like that. And you light it up for them. That was it. Wrong stuff. How many of y'all started they had y'all like that? And tell me, that broke it, kept you from smoking, huh? All the stupid stuff folks used to tell you to do, they said, give him a cigarette. That'll break him right there. Smoke a cigarette, like, that broke me in. All that just the wrong advice. It's just, people in their mind, they probably thought they had a good idea what they were doing, but all of it was just stupid. Best thing to do. No, I should have went on started. That's what I'm through now. See, a lot of y'all ain't now. How many y'all? Well, I don't answer that. I know these stories might sound funny to my young people, but it just show you where a lot of our errors came in at. Because our adults, in their senses, they probably meant well in their thinking of doing things, but they actually did more damage to us because they allowed more stuff. Like we would come along, like them folks, they'll be part of something, and the door bill, they tell you going back there, you be on your knee, you crawl back right there and just sit there and just listen. So you listen to them, watch them dancing, they be drinking, and in the 70s, you had rooms, didn't have a door, so they had beads. And for whatever they were, they thought beads was Fort Knox door. So only thing 79 was some beads hanging. So you hear everything. Y'all remember in the 70s that was big, didn't you? You remember that? You went to somebody's house, they had beads hanging down. You know, you said somebody had beads, you know. I was going to say, yeah, that's real old. Yeah, they had them beads. Did they have them up there Seattle in California? You remember that? They had them beads. Folk would think, I mean, they act like them with doors, didn't it? Nigga have beads. You listen, man, you come out there and you do them beads. Them things that be clacking up there. That thing was sure enough serious. But you thought you had some. I was a little careless. I want some beads. I don't know how you remember that? They had them beads and walk. All of a sudden beads went away, but then grown folk, they wide open. They just tell you, just shut up, grown folk talking. So that meant your ears supposed to turn off, but your ears be wide open. You just had to shut up and just listen. So we learned a lot of bad behaviors when we were growing up. And that kind of really screwed us up. But see, all taught a lot of Mr. Yahuwah that we recovered, because a lot of people come along with us, they ain't recovered. I got a lot of cousins dead from drinking. And a lot of them started later than me, and they wound up drinking themselves to death. I'm talking about they knew it, belly swole up like they were pregnant. You know what I'm saying? They'll drink so much till your liver swell. You ever seen folk like that drink till they, listen, belly swell, listen, still couldn't stop. So Rosa, they were dying, still couldn't stop. Then I looked, I was like, I ain't never want to be like that. I mean, they just bad. I had folks dying, and listen, in the hospital dying, talking about God, and need to take them outside, they can smoke a cigarette. Yeah, I'm good, I made my peace with the Lord. You think about you finna die, you think you want to smoke a cigarette? Man, it's a lot of bad mentalities out here. Y'all young people, y'all got a great opportunity. Not just y'all, but all of us. We all. So I don't want to just put it like that. All of us have a great opportunity to look at. If you've seen it, many people, a lot of us have seen, have died from stupid, just blundering, idiot decisions, and not seeing it in their mind, thinking they're okay. People gave people a lot of bad advice. You know, come there and give them a little prayer, repentance at the deathbed, all that kind of stuff. And people thinking they're all right. None of us are insured nothing till that man come back here. With everything we're doing, ain't nothing insured till the man get back here. That's just being out. That man come here, he gonna make everything right. So our goal is, people say, well, why are you going? Because we have expectations. Our expectations are based off of something. A lot of these people, what they're saying, it's not even, it makes no sense. It just makes absolutely no sense to believe what the average person believes. But people just looking for something. Like religion is a crutch and it's a cripple and a hurt to a lot of people. Because people feel like if you just do some type of practice, whatever your God is, because everybody had their individual gods, everybody had their individual beliefs, and all of them need to be respected, and that's dangerous. You know, that's your business, what you want to do. I don't believe that my religion should be made or forced upon anybody. He ain't forced it upon me. He ain't made me. It's something I chose. I miss a lot of stuff, people. Everybody don't take my religion, like Islam kill people. They ain't no position to kill nobody. Your religion ain't even 1,700 years old. That's right. I'm trying to figure how you popped up with the truth in 1,700 years when the world was going before you, and that was Alahym before you. And your stuff, you stole it from us. See, most people don't even know. They study, look at Muhammad, who they taking these folks sit around, they put all this stuff on. Muhammad came to the Yahudim. We wouldn't believe his vision. It made no sense that Alahym appeared to him in Mecca. It made absolutely no sense that he appeared to him in Saudi Arabia. Now, we had gone there, now knowing what we know now, Mount Sinai, is in Saudi Arabia. Now, they sold it back over to Misraim to make it look like we never went nowhere. We were in Saudi Arabia before they got there. So now, you'll go there to my Saudi Arabia, that's where Mount Sinai is. But now they sold the land over back to Mizraim. So now it keeps believers in a derision because you don't know what to believe. It's in one place originally. They sold it to another place. All this and you know who actually sold it to them? The people in Israel. The people that claim they're supposed to be the people of God. Why would I sell a place that the man spoke to me at the first time at? Why would I sell this? Because they'll do anything to dispel who you are. Look at it. Listen. You won't find an Arab country or a Persian country that even show black people. Look, whenever they show Iran on the news, listen, watch the news stuff. Watch, if they show you Israel, if they show you Iran, they show you Iraq, they show you Saudi Arabia, they show you Misraim, they call Egypt. They don't show no black people. Watch it. When they show the camera, everybody gonna be white-skinned. Listen, all of this is propagated on a purpose to make you look like you don't exist. That they know when you see you, you're going to question that. You're going to say, hey, what that nigga? People don't know we in China. We in China. We've been in China. There's a lot of Africans over there. It's in Asia. That's why Asia does not refer to a race of people with slant eyes. It's just saying this is where the sun rises first. That's why the Greeks called it Aswad. That's why they called it Asia, because they looked at the sun rises here first. That does not denote. That's amazing. Soon as you never hear them call people Asian, but people that's supposed to be like Chinese, Korean. Y'all know they tell you that. That has nothing to do with them. Absolutely nothing to do with them. It just means that's where the sun rises first. But now, soon as you say they Asian. So are you, nigga. You were where the sun rises first. So now he moves you geologically, and that messed you up. Now everything you know is on the back burner. You looked at everybody else to learn a discipline when you had one. People don't even know martial arts actually started in Africa first. These people move animals around. They move animals, everything. All the styles of what they find and what they get. They relocate animals to make it look like that. Look, the crane tiger style, different. Now, Africa is not known for having tigers, except if you look over in India, they want, certain parts over there. Typically, when you look at Africa, you're gonna look more over to other ends. Other this. So they move stuff so it don't look possible or probable that things started with you. This is nothing new. We didn't have gorillas inside of Jerusalem area. Solomon, who they call Solomon, he actually imported them over there from Lebanon. That's what white people know how to do it. He put them on ships and brought them there. All white people did was move animals. You know what you don't find in Africa? Bears. So how did all y'all how did he command a bear to come in and kill the kids? They made fun of him. Because bears were there. They relocated them. See, that's how white people beat you. So now what it look like when you look? The Bible ain't right. I mean, these animals ain't here. These animals are, because they move them. Just like they moved you. You think the only thing they think they moved and transported were people? These people capture things all the time and relocate them. They doing it now in India. They moving leopards over there. I'm sorry, not leopards. They moving cheetahs over there. Because they almost said stink. Most of y'all didn't know they did it. They're right now, they're importing, they're putting cheetahs over there. That's all they've been doing the whole time. They've been moving animals, changing their geological location. So when you start trying to say something about Africa, it looks funny because I don't see them in Africa. That's how white people make you a lie. And because you ain't got enough sense to think about it, they did it to you, what make you think they stopped with you? So they try to make it like your story is a lie. You were existing for a white man, never came along. Ask a white man to do that for you. Said, take that Bible. Said, show me the first time you fell on the scene. That's ask them. All these white people about said, take that book and show me the first time white people ever noted in the book. Anytime you're gonna find leopards. Leopard. That's when the skin turned white and the hair turned white. And we found people that were leopards. We put them from among us. But see, this is the stupidity. This is what you got to look at. They show you a whole Bible of white people, correct? How could there possibly be a disease called leprosy if everybody was white? How can a white man turn white? Because the people were black. The region denotes it. Everything about it denotes them being of color. Even when the man first appeared here, he told you his face moved across the Ma'im. It was black. I don't know why the people don't believe it. I mean, it's just what it is. But see, this is what they keep you from, y'all young people. That's why it's important for y'all to pay attention. Get away from a lot of your internet. What internet tell you what they want you to know. You can't access no more than what they tell you to know. You have to know something about the truth to identify the truth when you're looking up. A lot of these people think the World Wide Web, like encyclopedia. They got us encyclopedia now come along. And you know what encyclopedia helped me do? Absolutely nothing. Because if I don't know what I'm looking for, putting the world at my fingertips do what for me? I don't even know what I'm looking for. How many of y'all remember encyclopedias? Before this stuff coming, we had encyclopedia with all the letters. We had just the pages were so colorful. I didn't know what we were looking for. There was a world of information there. And not knowing how to use it didn't help us. You know what happened? Books started missing. Folk borrow a book for a project. You pull a book and the book ain't helping you because you don't know how to use them. So therefore, it's not a benefit. So giving young people all the access to it, it's not a benefit to them because they don't know what to look for unless we establish truth. So when I walk down, I look for information. The difference between me and the average person, I have some validity of truth. So when I find information, I can compare it against something. When I don't know what I'm looking for, every information I'm getting seems to be true. You see what I'm saying? So all I got is a whole bunch of different truths that don't even collide together. That's why I know I don't do the stuff people do because I don't pay attention. I got a base. If you don't have a base point from where you started, all you're going to do is get lost. That's what most people do. They get so much information, they get lost. You got to stay grounded. And that's why I try to teach our young people. You got to have a basic for this. So rocks came from somewhere. Every one of these people are trying to denote and trying to trace out a God and try to have some type of religious attributes to it or some type of worship attribute. And know that it's always a benefit with all of them. With Islam, you kill a bunch of people, you get 70 virgins. I ain't do that with a crack rock. You ain't got to kill nobody. You go get some crack. You tell me, hold on. Let me ask something. You telling me, Cap, tell me, you answer this for me. You from China. I take 70 crack rocks. And I go to Chicago, I can't get 70 holes. I can get 140. Cause I cut them in half. I ain't got to kill nobody. All I got to do is take that rock and keep cutting that rock down. I get 70 holes. And you got to kill somebody to do yours. Y'all got it. So a lot of stuff they do, people try to get people to do something on the benefit of killing, hurting other people, doing something stupid. Go die, come back as a flower or a frog or something like that. That's not a benefit. I don't be walking around here pissing on people, putting warts on them. I just stay where I was. Well, I ain't got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to be stuck nowhere. Elephant just come there and smash me down. No much stuff step on flowers and weed. Just makes no sense. But people just looking for something. All I'm looking for is the truth. That's all I'm looking for is the truth. There's a basis. There's an Alahym that created us for a purpose. And we're trying to look up, and I want to know about him. I want to know about his purpose. I want to make sure that's something that fit me. That's something I want to do. Just because, I'm going to say that to everybody here. Just because something is right, it don't mean that's what you got to do. Let me tell you why. That's why you got people commit crime. Is it right? Because this ain't what they want to do. I tell people this, y'all like my young people, y'all right now, y'all are under tutelage. You got parents, so a lot of your coming is based off of them, their house, their rules. But these people have made choices based off of past decisions they made. Past decisions they made, they realize these were bad decisions. I see the hurts. They see what happened when you don't have the right information and you don't kind of interlock yourself with people that's got a minded for truth, that's minded to do right. Because wrong, eventually, it wears on you. I did it so long. At first, you good, it don't matter. You have to psych yourself. I psych myself into a lot of stuff. You psych yourself into a lot of stuff. But eventually, you can't psych yourself for so long. You can't lie to yourself for so long. That's what people might say, oh, I don't like it. He real with us. I like being who I am. I like being genuine. I like being good with myself. Sometimes being good with myself don't mean I'm be good with people, but I know how I feel about myself at the end of the day. And it's not gonna make as many friends you think it is, because people like living a lie more than true. Listen, there's nothing none of us have done wrong. Ain't nobody else in the world ain't done. But because everybody's a liar and everybody covers up, it looks like you're the only person do wrong. Like you're the only person bad, you're the only person made bad decisions, you're the only person in terrible situation. You're not. People just learn how to mask. Look at just like the French gave them in New Orleans, what they have, Mardi Gras? They ain't no nigga stuff, that's French stuff. Put on mask, walk out here, because you can show your titty, nobody see your face. You can right here and do, I'm just telling you, think about it, it's about masking. It's about masking and covering up and getting yourself drunk and doing all this stuff. This is French behavior. This ain't our behavior. Listen, white people have always been lewd. From the Greeks to the Romans, the butt-naked wrestler. Who comes over there? Hey, let's take all our clothes. Let's take off all our clothes. Man, you just start fighting and get on top of it. This is gay. This is gay. You think ain't thought of it? We got penises. We can't be laying on top of each other butt-naked. They always lewd. The Greeks. They've always been lewd. They ran track naked. Then guess who they start putting on the court, on the fields? Wow. Go figure. Bunch of naked men running around. I want to see this. Look at the shorts. Just below the cheeks. Right around here. Look how they get dressed. The women, look. A bra. And I'm just telling you, the whole thing is predicated on them being lewd. That's just, so our people get caught up a lot of times with these people's stuff, and it looks good to us. These people like the homosexual and how sexually averted our children all day. Look at the sports. They better. I'm getting ready to fight. Me and Eric, come on, we getting ready to fight. Championship fight. I ain't know about me getting ready to fight. Yeah, we getting ready to fight. Now we got to take our clothes, put our drawers on, and stand on the scale in front of everybody. Why me him got to stand in our drawer and get up on the scale to be weighed? Everything about me lewd. I'm just telling you, everything about me lewd. That's why the people are so, this is why we're so messed up. And the people that most of our kids grew up and want to be like, look at the people. Look at them. Look at the people. Look at what they give them. A whole bunch of men butt naked in a room together. Man, that's how we did. Shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. I don't know why you can't, all that money, everybody can't get no individual room and shower. That's just being honest. At some point, nobody ain't thought about this. I got a $45 million contract, and I got to take a bath in here with everybody? That don't make no sense. Right. My school can pay for this, fly me in. You ain't came up with rooms yet with my own shower in here? Right. Man, what you gay or something, nigga, all up men. That's my problem. I remember I was locked up one time. I had a dude in the bed. They had a towel. He was on the top bunk. They said, man, you're behind getting in the tub. That you getting in bed. You getting in the shower today. He said, for what? So y'all nigga can look at me? That nigga was dirty. Like he had a towel right here today. He slept with his towel around his neck. He said, y'all niggas ain't going to be looking at me. He didn't take a bath. The whole thing was in there. Everybody, man, we all men. We know. We know that. That's how they do it. They always put you in a situation like that. Look at the jails, the homosexual in prison. In jail. Wow. Wonder why that is. They force you into it. This is Greek behavior. This is Latin behavior. Your court system is a Latin system. People, look at it. Toga party. Where that come? We made that up. See, by the time y'all come along in college, I don't think people really doing toga party. What, 70s, 60s, they were toga party. Come to party with just a sheet on, no draw, no clothes on, and get drunk. Where is sheet going? They got it from the cut degrees with wearing them little sheet. No draws, no nothing. That was never our behavior. That was never our behavior. Even the Rosh Kohan, when he went up, he had to go up steps. When he went up, that's how you came with breeches. Bermuda short, they call them. He said he had breeches. He said, so when he go up, he said they can't see his nakedness. Yahuwah didn't say, let him know. There ain't no black man walking there, he gonna be slanging. No folks be looking like, duh. No. He said, no, put linen breeches upon it, Lord. I was just helping him out. That was never our behavior. Yahuwah, he said, no. He said, cause when he go up, they see his nakedness. He said, man, he supposed to have linen breeches upon him. See, we were not, now they moved up what we lose now. We sexual unchaste like these people. A lot of these behavior these people get, we never had these behavior. That's what happens when you mingle in with people. That's why understanding who you are as Abari is so important, because it's exactly that. You crossed over. Now they'll come along with cross-dressing. They try to throw it off on us. No, we crossed over. We had no part. And every time you look, when he brought us out of Mizraim, what we do? And we crossed over, they told us, you can't do what you should do over there. When Yahushua brought us over, after we crossed Jordan under his leadership, he said, choose today. See, once you cross over, you make choices. That's what these folks want you to stay among them. It's always been a criteria for the armor Alahym to separate. Saying that it's always been his criteria. With New York, now what they had to do? Had to separate. That's going to be, I don't know why people think, you ain't got to separate. You could be among, let me tell you something. It's impossible to continue to stay around these people. For a time we had to, but as we get closer to our departure, we had to separate. That's just been on, you got to separate. Same thing they did, they had to separate. When we came to Mizraim, we were Abari. He put us in Goshen. He put us in Goshen. We did not come and stay in Mizraim. We did not stay in Memphis. We did not stay around Cairo. We stayed in Goshen because they looked at us as an abomination to be a ra'ah, which means we kept sheep. Goshen was the best of the land. It was for herding. It was for sheeping. It was for rearing your animals. So we couldn't build. We weren't among them. Them people don't care about nobody. We moved. We weren't among those people. It's always been separation. And when Yahuwah came down to visit, that's why we had our Ur light and they sat in Kashab. That's why we had to educate our kids on our history and stop relying on our oppressor to educate them. Listen, whatever our oppressor teach them, we had to sit down and go over it again and explain to them. I was talking to one of my grandbabies, and she was telling me about it. She said, I learned my alphabet. I said, what you know? I looked over her daddy. I said, her alphabets? I said, she know alpha, beta, delta, gamma. I said, he said, well, that was, what they tell them. I said, that's why it's important to sit down and got to teach them. You learn ABCs. You did not learn your alphabet. White people to tell you stuff, that is just totally retarded. You players, Captain. You players, Captain. You players, right?
Yes.
What are alphabets? Can you give me alphabet? Can I tell what alphabets are?
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta,
Alpha, beta, delta,
gamma, delta, epsilon.
gamma, epsilon. Hold on, y'all didn't say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Why y'all didn't say that?
That's not what it's ABC.
Those are ABC, not alphabet. See, school system dumb your kids down. You can tell your kid, this is what they're going. This is how important it is to start early, because you keep them going. It's like this. Break a kid from Santa. How many of y'all, when y'all learned about there was no Santa Claus, that changed things for you? Because you had believed a lie. And it gets you on the fact you've been believing a lie so long. You got to start them early on teaching them this is the month. I know a lot of people won't think that's important, but it hurt. This is the only thing. When you white, you can afford to believe that. It don't hurt white people to learn that George Washington never told a lie. It hurt me to know that. How that hurt white kids? They need that. So when they mom and dad tell them like other people, just like George Washington, they steal the truth. It's important for us to dispel stuff, because think about this. What black character had they ever gave up and said he never told a lie? Why we don't get one? How they get one? And there's evident proof the man lied. I told y'all he lied. I knew he lied. He's known for never telling a lie. We don't have anybody black with that stigma on it, do we? See that? They give it to you. They give it. So now, when a white man say something, mama come home, and white man say, I want to tell you about, she done something wrong. She got to think about it. I'm a descendant of George Washington. Am I lying? Am I lying? Think about it. Let me tell you something. They know that y'all could call a white man a lie. What am I gonna tell you to call a white man a lie? You growing up? They don't care what might happen. They killing you. Them folks will hang you. You getting your behind beat. Skint the lie. George Washington never told a lie. You're not gonna call no white man no lie. But you're a liar. Right. See, you can be disrespected because you don't have nothing. Right. Nobody never taught you about building character for yourself. That's why it's so important that we have to separate to establish ourselves. I'm not against white people. I'm not against any other race. We just hadn't established ourselves. We don't even have a character that never told a lie. That don't bother y'all? How many of y'all kids been told George Washington never told a lie? Kids. They didn't tell y'all that. It's still time. That's because y'all going to the wrong school. Yeah, we grew up what we were told. He the father of the country. George Washington banged all our mama. He the father of the country. We were calling a white man father. That's crazy. And this is how they look at it. I think going too far. He's talking about this. This is the problem with people cut and realize we're the people that's damaged. When you've been damaged by something, you have to address it. You got to correct it when it's damaging you. If I could borrow one of y'all, you don't have to think about that. I need you to come lay on the ground, right? I want you to lay here. I'm going to stand on top of you, okay? And when they start hurting me, I'm going to get off. Why ain't going to never get off? Exactly. Who going to be hurt?
Person on the ground.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're the injured party, okay? You're the injured party. And you'll never address that issue. He doesn't have a problem. It don't affect him. How does George Washington being a liar hurt him? What that mean? We gonna go take the Constitution and rip it up there and rewrite it? No, that means we're gonna go and we're gonna do some kind of reparation for slaves he owned. Because if he lied about that, surely he lied about some other stuff. So you see why it's not an issue for white people? They're not the people hurt by it. And the reason why I had to look like a fool to people, because I'm going to tell you the truth that you won't address. And everybody else, apparently you said it's not a problem. So I need somebody to come lay here on the ground and let me stand on top of them. And as soon as they start hurting me, I'm going to get off you. Wow, nobody, you see that? That's intelligence. That's intelligence. You see that intelligence? Because you know what they're saying? That's downright stupid. Why would I come lay here and let him stand on top of me until it hurts him? He ain't going to be the one getting hurt. I'm going to be the one getting hurt. Then why you don't get these crackers off you? Yeah. Don't try to use all this intelligence on me now. Why y'all gonna use it on me and you don't use it on your oppressor and say, listen, I need you to get off of me. Forcefully, I need you off of me. Demanding, I need you off of me. When you're the people that's behind, you're in the education system, am I correct? Tell them the leaps and bounds we're making in education to students. Can you please, sir?
No, sir.
How accolades we setting?
No, sir.
Standards.
No, sir.
Excelling in test grades, stores.
No, sir. Negative.
And that's from YouTube or you in the system, you know this?
I'm in it.
When y'all gonna tell the man to get off of you? You see what I'm saying? Now, all y'all need y'all to do is look up white failing schools. Listen, they got teachers to change test scores. They got board. It ain't, but listen, they don't know more than you. If I taught you the answers, you'll get them right too. I'm trying to teach you how to take a test. And I'm not teaching you actually how to take a test. I'm teaching you, quote unquote, preparing you for a test. I'm teaching him the answers. Right. Who you think gonna have a better test score?
Right. Got a point. Right.
Then he looks smarter than them. Listen, they being reared and trained and taught. Why y'all think, you think white people on their own just start reading the babies in the wood? They will read. I remember white people used to read to the baby while I was in the belly. Black people didn't do that. Nobody knew why. It's stupid. Why you read to a baby? They were already told that this baby could respond to sounds. Now, we know this from the book. When Maureen met Yashiba, her sister, they called Elizabeth, her cousin, she said as soon as she came in, she said, Shalom. She said, as soon as I heard salutation, she said, the babe leaped in my womb. Wow. I had to learn that from white people. Yet the book already told me that the baby could respond to sounds. When I want to teach my kid the ABC, when they get 8, come on, tell them, baby. A, D, A, B. Look at him, ain't they? He's out of here. Our kids behind. The vocabulary that they have around the home, all the things they do shape them to put them ahead of you. And now I'll look like the bad guy because I'm trying to educate you to prepare you. Listen, when it comes down to races, individual, nations, everybody compete. You know what the Olympics is about? It's about, everybody having a fair chance. It's about everybody putting their best out to compete on a world stage and see who the best. Some will cheat. They'll look for reason to keep. You know who's going to make muscle qualification? White people. Africa don't have no say in no Olympic to control who get in, who get out. That's all white people decision. It's white man sport. Go see what Africa go in there and say, all right, we're going to disqualify America and England and France. No, we disqualify you. We changed the rules for us. They Lance Armstrong, they super guard, got sick and come back, found out he was on dope, shooting up. Everything they claim you can't do, man's a hero, celebrity, celebrate for the rest of their life. That's what they did. But this is the thing you got to look at. Let's be mad with him, or let's be mad with the sister that allowed him to be him. Who are we going to really be mad with? He's one individual. There's a system that allowed him. Let me see. Great quarterbacks of all time. Yes, all time. They run down the list. Yes, sir. Tom Brady. Yes, sir. Rogers. Oh, I'm sorry. Joe Montana. Who else your name? I got him that number one. We'll give him number one. We'll give him that. And on this one, black or white, you ain't gonna beat that. You ain't gonna beat that record. Terry Bradshaw. They're right by 4 times. Hold on, Terry Bradshaw. Yeah. Who you say? Yeah, with him throwing that. Yeah, they did that. Yeah, the Iron Curtain. That's right, Pittsburgh Iron Curtain. They had it, and he had Lynn Swann too. Now, Lynn Swann was serious. So you got him. Then who we gonna go with? Peyton Manning. Dan Marino. We're not doing that. We're not doing. I put Dan Marino high anybody. The man ain't won no Super Bowl. I'm not gonna respect it. Drew Brees, Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman gonna be before them. He got 2, 3. See, we ain't gonna. But then he'll go with Doug Williams. He did one. He won. But look how far before we go get. Now, before we go to Doug Williams, who put records in the Super Bowl in Hawaii? I watched that game.
Put up yards. That's the first time I ever put up 300-some yards in the Super Bowl. And he was a second-string quarterback down there. One Super Bowl. And guess who ain't better than? Rodgers or Drew Brees. These are the Michael Jordans of football. A white man win one championship, you are called the Michael Jordan. What did Michael Jordan win? 2 3-peats, back to back. And you get one as a white man, the Michael Jordan of football. You ain't even been back but one time. One time you went, you ain't never been back. And you Michael Jordan. What they tell you about a nigga and a white man? Aaron Rodgers has been called the Mike. Am I making this up? But you only been one time. You're Michael Jordan of football. Ray Rice, running back. Raven, knocked this old lady out. Done. NFL career done. In and out. 2 Super Bowls, done. Big Ben. 2 rape cases. Right here from Atlanta. Greatest football, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever played the game. Respected, revered, and loved. Mike Vick didn't do it. Other folk whooped the dog up. Yeah. Damn shame about them dogs. Yeah. I'd be ashamed to study him show his face. I'd rather see some dog beat up than some people. You don't never get, listen. These folks will never let you do that. Listen, Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham, what's the McNair, Steve McNair. Other one had the chump from the Eagle with the suit. McNair, McFlair, yeah, all these folks. Listen, nothing. Them guys will never be great. Mike Vick, never. They'll never be listening to greats all the time. Let's be honest about it. Who make these great? Us or white people? They got that. They in your career. Shut it down. These white boys been known for raping, robbing. Listen, what's the other one they got? Brentford. Just as many interceptions he got completed. Don't you know that's a damn shame? Hey, Uncle, every time I throw the ball, one completion, one interception, there's no way I got no business back him. It's no way a black man can ever get that position. Every throw, either it's an interception, it's impossible to keep me back him. One of the best ever played. One championship. Busted in a scandal. Had him set one reporter. Walked out. Nobody talk about it. Stole money from handicapped folk down here from some poor league down here, from some poor people down here in Mississippi. Still won't run the man down. These folks, listen, this is where we at. This is just where we are. Listen, they ain't got a white man that ain't nobody. Joe Namath. They got so many white, listen, they got so many, every one of these white boys gonna be somebody. They all revere, they all respect. Folks don't even know who a lot of these jokers is. They always, black man, done. They wipe your memory out. Your folks ain't never heard of Warren Moon. Only moon I heard is outside their planet. Now, who you think control the news? Who you think control your information? That's the problem we got. All the information about us is coming from who? And they're going to believe them. How many times a white woman said, it was a black man? And people said, we don't believe that. We all get snatched up. That's one of the most common death. That's one of the most common death threats for a black man. A white woman holler, it was a black man. Like the woman holler up there in New York and had that black man talking about that stuff with her dog, what they call a Karen. Listen, happen all the time. And what we do, just like a regular nigga, forgive them. What you think the white folk finna do? Them white folk ready to kill that nigga. Well, y'all don't understand. We're in a country in 2022. What has changed from when Uncle Ted was coming along and ain't smell? If a white woman holler, black man did something, what they say? We don't believe no stuff like that. Black man don't do that. They'll know she lying and still you getting killed. Still you going to prison. Just like they came up and they, listen, when that happened with, what's that boy in Mississippi? Emmett Till. They got the police report knowing she lied from the original. Still let that boy dead. And listen, was she 80-something, 90-something days? They said, we not going to move on that. Let that go. They'll move that lady around, kept her head. You got a 14-year-old boy that lost his life. 14 years old. Murder supposed to have no statutory. There's no statute. It don't matter when it was you died. This white woman, she gonna go to her grave in peace. Go to her grave in peace. A mother lost her 14-year-old son. Barbed wire tied around his face till his face looked like a honey bun. Took him out of his granddaddy's house, out of bed. Didn't knock, kicked the door in, got him out, took him out here and drowned him. She's still free, still living, and white folk defend her. They got the statement they knew there was a lie. Do y'all know they had paperwork they would have been picking her up, arresting her for that? Do y'all know they still got it, they never executed the warrant? They had paperwork to arrest her for this. To this day, she ain't never been arrested. 80-something, they're saying, she old now. Folk, look, it don't matter how old she is, you need to die. They didn't get her, just before she didn't get a little bit of that electric chair. Fired up, take a little water, dump it on her. This behalf of Emmett Till. And you know they show all the other dirty rap neck. This is what you get, your day coming. That's all they teach her, your day coming. Let her get in that little tub, that little old folk, the little whirlpool they got. Drop that tub, do that microwave. You remember that, Judge, you remember that when Humpback had that time? Back there when he was in the street, one of them holes he was dating, and she got rotted. He was in the shower, he was in the whirlpool jacuzzi, and the hoe brought the microwave plugged up, cut it on Uncle Ted. She put on high cook. And she had, listen, the girl went whole loaf of bread. She done shoved it in him. Fired the toast up, throw it in the water. Roar, he jumped out and started choking and come out of it. Yeah, true story. Listen, if George White never told no lie, that's the truth what happened to Humpback. That's what I'm sticking with it. Ain't that right? That's right. And we got to believe George White and we going to believe Hump. Y'all hear about that, Clever? What about that time when them two cars slammed into him and crashed, Justin? Two tractor trailer smacked. Y'all tell me, it was two cars slammed into him. They were coming, running out of control, and they slammed into Humpback. Humpback pulled them apart. He helped them. Hold on, all right, let's do this. They're down. Humpback. Can you hear me, Humpback? Can y'all hear him? Can y'all hear him? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear Humpback? Can you hear me, Humpback? Y'all can hear him. Y'all heard him say yes, sir. Humpback, was there an accident? Y'all heard what he said? Was it two cars involved, Humpback? Hold on. What happened? Yes, sir. So there was an accident.
Correct.
Two cars.
Correct.
They wrecked.
Yes, sir.
And you was right there.
Yes, sir.
I need to clear that first. Were you right there when the cars hit each other?
Yes, sir.
Did the cars hit you?
Yes, sir.
How many of y'all thought I was making this story up?
That's different from 18.
Hold on, we said not 18. Let me ask this. Hold on. And hold on, did you have to help the people out of the cars?
I did help one of the people out the car, yes.
And the person, they were injured?
Yes, sir.
And then you was good at the time?
At the moment, yes.
And then later on, when you found you broke your back or something?
They said I had something broken in my back, yes.
If y'all ain't question George Washington, y'all not finna question Hump. Hump, I'm with you. You hear me? I'm with you, Hump. Everybody in the name of Hump. Isn't that right? That's right that Hump did. That's it. That's tight. If they hit each other hard enough, they had to go to hospital. He had to go to hospital. Now, what does that tell you? Like Woodrow, when he found out he had got Esther stolen from B.B. King, he said, I stole Esther from B.B. King. That's it. Now, what does that tell you? Isn't that right? So that man out there. Huh, what about the time you fell out that one apartment? Huh? Y'all didn't know about it? He fell out, what was it, 6 stories? 12 stories? How many stories was it? Huh? Did you fall out of a window? Hold on. I can't hear you, Huh? I'm making this up. They can't hear you, Huh? What happened? What happened? You fell out of a window? Was it the first floor? 2 stories. Did you die anything?
No, sir. I had brain damage, though.
Oh, yeah. How you knew you had brain damage?
I cracked my skull and everything.
You cracked this. Hump, you just telling like that, Hump. All these years. Let me say this. We finna do this. We finna get a repentance line up. We need to know all this stuff when y'all come in. How many of y'all just hearing this story? Crack the brain damage. Huh? We never heard that before.
You don't remember when my people, Mike from Florida came, he confirmed the story.
No, he told us, we never heard about you finding the one that he came. You never told us you had. So you had, when you had brain, what do you remember happening in your brain?
I don't remember any of it particularly. I was 2 years old.
Oh, you were 2 when you fell out. He don't remember that. But he remember he had brain damage. He didn't say it was 2. I thought it was 22 years old. Me and Carrie said it was 22 years old. That man said he cracked his skull, had brain damage at 2. He don't remember it. How you know you still ain't got the brain damage? That's tight. Who told you were cured? Huh? Let me ask you, did they medically clear you? Do you have paperwork saying no more brain damage?
After like 2 weeks, I was released from the hospital. I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks.
Let me tell you something. They let a lot of folks go. Did they put on your paperwork medically clear, no more brain damage?
I have no idea about that.
That got that. For all we know, you need a check. That bill, he can get a check. How many of y'all need some money? Hey, we're going to march. Huh? We're going out and get you that money. Because you can still have it. You don't think you got it no more? What you make you sure you ain't got it? I'm just curious. We finna move on. Why you think you ain't got it no more? I'm just curious. Let me ask you, what do you remember knowing before you fell?
I don't remember anything.
He still
I was 2
got
years
it.
old.
But I'm saying, y'all remember something? If I remember I was 2 years old, I ain't gonna remember when I was 23 months. It's too close. How many of y'all said still brain damage? I see check. What you think? You think he clear? Medically clear? What you think? See what you think? He medically clear? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, that's a check. Yeah, you can't clear up that stuff. All right, that's clear. We'll try to get Hump check. I'll be working on. Yeah, traumatic brain injury, skull crack. He said when you walk, he still be hearing a little, every now and he shake your head, he turn up. That means still brain damage, ain't it? Do anybody have a brain damage test? You've been in nursing. What's a brain damage test where we can check it? Do you remember anything we could do from school in a book? It's something we could do, Santa. What is it? Yeah, so we could check him. All right, from medical, how many of y'all took some? You took some. What? All right, say it right now. All right, Hump right here, right now. You know science, don't you? All right, right now, Hump back, right here, right now. He stand on that pew. Yes, sir. Fall in here. Wow! Well, we check right off the rip. If he got some, I'm saying he just failed. Now, what do we do right now?
Instantly, if he bleeds from the ears, he's going to have a problem.
See, y'all looking at the ears, see y'all seeing the blood. All right, instantly he's going to have blood. What else we going to check for? Check his eye. What's going to be with the eye? It did roll back. Check your eyes. Then you check your eyes and ears. He supposed to have blood in his ears. And they said, they said eye roll back. We see him immediately what we're going to check. What else then we got? Check the ears, his eye roll back. What else? Check his post to his brain. He could, yeah, we ain't check your neck, huh? Dave, what his neck look like? Huh? See if you see the blood in his ear, Dave. See if he can follow your finger. They checking out. Follow the fingers. Follow the finger. Oh, he done. I'm doing like this. He doing like this. Look at they checking it right now. Look at that. They may got one scar. Ain't that his brain done busted open? He checked. Look at he checked. You seeing the blood in now? No. Hump, there's something else going on, Hump. Yep. You got what happened? That just he got wind in the air. Yeah, what happened?
Did you got witnesses for the toaster?
Somebody, Justice said, do you have any witnesses of the toaster? That tight, that don't happen. We got a lot of work to do. So y'all see why we got to write our own story. Humpback been down. Them white folk let Humpback go. He out here. And we know we've been dealing with traumatic brain injury and blood in the ear. Now, he'd had a nigga doctor, he'd still be at the hospital right now. I want to try to move forward so we can help y'all out a little bit. Y'all all right? Yes, Hump, we're going to get you some help, Hump, and a check. You definitely need a check. I need a check. Ain't that right? Raw base need a rock, and me and Humpback need a check. Look at him. Humpback messed up. Dave showing him about to look up in the sky. He teaching that beautiful day. He teaching he's trying to teach Hayward which way is up. He said, "See, this way, up down." Way to go, Dave. You can't teach him everything. Do it. Give him use the same stuff I used on that gorilla. I teach a gorilla how to ride a bike in 3 slaps. That's the truck I could do it. And I feel like a gorilla. I get a bike. I take the bike. I bring the gorilla. I set the bike right down. The gorilla look. I slap the piss off him out the rip. Cause I know first thing he thinking, what am I doing? I don't want you thinking that. You need to just be ready to pay attention. So before you do anything, you slap the gorilla off the rip. Then you tell the gorilla to get on the bike. Now he still thinking about that first slap, but this second one, it's time to pay attention. Y'all got what I'm saying? Now the gorilla on the bike. First time you pet, he gonna fall. You help the gorilla up, dust him off, slap him one more time. Yo, get back on. No, who wanna learn how to ride a bike? All right, bring me $10 and a bike. And y'all want the gorilla class? All right, I'm just helping y'all out now. Get y'all ready. You ready? All right, come on, get sign the Kato Sarah. Woo, my people. All right, let's drop it like we're hot. Talk y'all here for a minute. You heard the song. What you do?
I heard you said.
Drop it like it's hot. Only thing I want y'all to hate is everything wrong. See, young people, if we don't do something now to try to recover them, we in trouble. Because right now, don't nobody know what's wrong. The way society going, look at it now. You can't even say what's wrong. Can't call a man, can't call a woman a woman. What we going to do? Society's just totally twisted. I guess people don't see it as a danger and a detriment, but it really is. We have to constantly keep educating our kids. We can't leave. If all we're doing is allowing them to go to school and be educated by them, then, I mean, it's a lost cause. We got to bring them back in and go over behaviors, go over mannerisms, go over customs, go over history, go over laws. We got to. Think about it. My parents never came to check me behind school, other if you got a call or something like that. Otherwise, nobody checked behind you on what you've been taught. They're all entrusted to teachers to educate. But now we got people that are doing more to educate. They're giving our kids life skills. They showing them penises, 2 penises, saying, this is normal. If you ever felt like putting your penis against another penis, this is normal. So we've fallen asleep and we putting too much on educators. Because all we want you to do is teach our kids how to read and write. Basically, read and write. Teach them how to add. Teach them things about history. But the history they've been teaching haven't been the history they need to know in order for them to survive as a people. We've lost a culture. We don't even have a culture. Everybody think our stuff is just dancing and laughing and making a fool of ourselves and telling jokes. We have more history. We are inventors. Y'all got it? We're innovative people. We're creative people. There's so many other things we can do outside of just dancing and being being comedians or whatever it is. And we have to educate our kids and push them toward that narrative. It was years ago, there were a lot of people of color that could build houses, that could do tile, plumbing, electrical. Now I look up, everybody pretty much I'm using are Hispanic. There's nothing against them. They bring their people into a culture. They making more money than these people here calling themselves doctors or wherever y'all getting these little trinket degrees in with these computers and stuff. That stuff trinket. You need to learn how to do some labor type skill stuff. That's what's gonna last. If you're doing something with computer, you finna be out of here. Computers take care of themselves. They don't need you no more. They definitely don't need you to punctuate. You can go buy that little dragon mic. You talking to dragon mic. Y'all seen that? If you talk to the dragon mic will punctuate and it'll put They been had this old information. They call it dragon. Y'all know how many of y'all have heard of this? Listen, they got a dragon mic. You talk inside a dragon. Dragon will punctuate. It'll capitalize. It'll make sentences the whole night. Listen, it'll do everything you need done. You don't need these people. You ain't got to touch a key. Just talk inside the mic. Or maybe they would name it dragon too, wouldn't they? Why don't you call it Mike that listen? Why always got to get something dragging or go get something? Always they gotta denote something to something negative. When were dragons ever positive? Never. Except when Leroy was on now. Ain't that right? We had that dragon. That's about the positive thing we ever seen about the dragon. Then Bruce Lee entered in the dragon. Ain't that right? Other than that dragon been negative. Disco, who he said? Disco Dragon. Who was it? Called Disco Dragon? Thong. No, that's out of my time. Thong song. Now when this guy came out, I know it was out of my time. I was say, what year? Disco Dragon? Cisco?
Like San Francisco,
Oh, like San Francisco. And he had a song called Dragon.
he was the dragon.
Oh, he was the dragon, huh?
He had the stones.
Like the alcohol Cisco. Yeah, Cisco. That was serious now. That was that liquid crack. They had to get that stuff off the street. All right, let's look at this, y'all. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before,
For whatever was written,
Nikatab for our
it
alignment,
was written to teach us, to show us, and instruct us,
that we through endurance
going through without giving way,
and the coon
comfort
of the Kithubim
of the writings.
might have tikva.
That's what we need. Let's look at something. Let's see if that's 119, Alahym 119. Did I have that up here already? Alahym 119. Let's say about 4. Huh? Let's see. Listen.
Thou hast marred us to keep thy precepts diligently.
See that? Thou has marred us, commanded us diligently to keep thy precepts. Let's look at what diligently is. How many of my young people know what diligent is? To be diligent. How about my older people? Some people might put it with being alert or consistent. Let's see. Now we just do it diligent, take it to the root. Right. Having or showing care, what's this, conscientiousness? Conscientiousness, something you never use in one's work or duties. But every day I bring up being conscious of. Was they coming out here anyway, conscious, industrious, hard working. So that's what he wanted to do. So, you know, if he told us about being diligent when it comes down to his commandments and basically looking at the root of diligent. So we're looking at hard working. Because you got to think about it. In order for you to keep them, something's always trying to prevent you. There's an effort that has to be done on your part. That's like any of my young people, any people here that struggle with, whether it's sexual, whether it's drugs, whether their own sexuality, or whether it's anything that's contrary to Alahym's Debar, his word, then you got to understand it's a hard work to do that. Anybody think that it's just come, listen, and pray, you're not practical. Everything that you're going to do concerning the Alahym word, you're going to have to work toward it. That's just being honest. People need to realize that, because a lot of times people thinking, if I just, well, I come and I prayed and nothing happened. That's going to happen. Anything going to happen, then you're going to have to stand, you're going to make it happen. That's for everybody in here. People look for reason to justify their quitting. People look for reason to justify them being inadequate in what they're doing. People do. Because you look for reasons a lot of time to make you feel bad, to make you do things that are wrong and contrary versa. You got to do like the book told us in the book of, I think it's in the book of Yehuda, the first chapter, and Kabi B. What it was again? Earnestly contempt, that's 1 and 3, and that's not what I wanted. I want you to build up yourselves. That's right. In your most Kodash, Amunah. That's something we have to do. That's something you have to do. It's a work effort that you have to have. And a lot of times we don't have that type of work ethic or effort being produced. So a lot of times what are we going to get? You're going to get failure. Anything, listen, anything that you're going to struggle with, you're struggling with it because it's something that you desire. So you're going to have to work the fight to try to prevent it. So looking at the fact that he told us, thou hast marred us diligently to keep thy precept, mean you got to work hard to do it. Y'all got it. That's important. Let's look at what precepts are. Precepts, a general rule intended to regulate behavior or thought. That's important for us to know. Precepts, a general rule. So now he just told us that you're going to have to work hard. You want to be conscious. You have to be conscious of, right? Of making sure that you're keeping general rules intended to regulate behavior or thought. Why? Because these behaviors and thoughts are going to come up and they come against what he's established. Remember something, it's the opposer. Sin is an opposer of what's right. Kata. So you got to work hard to prevent it. You got to work hard to fight against it. Y'all got it? Because the rules that he's giving you are set to regulate you, to try to get you to a certain point. It's a general rule intended to regulate behavior or thought. So let's look at some in 2 Corinthians 10:4. Now, young people, all y'all consider, everybody consider it. Nothing just happened. Don't think if you come, you pray, you pay your tithes, things just happen to change. These are things that you have to do. That was something I had to learn. I kept waiting on him to come in, and like people said, let him come in and change my life. He doesn't come in to change your life. You have to allow the word to come in and take precedence in your life. That's how things change. It's a major wrestle when you're dealing with the word and what people have told you versus how things happen. You just got to let go and let God. People tell you some dumb stuff. Let go and you're going to crash. You got to learn how to take control by letting the word do what he said he's going to do. But you got to have that type of confidence in him first. There's not a behavior that can't be broken and can't be changed. Don't believe that. It don't mean it's a struggle. Anything that you keep feeding is going to keep living. I had a dog. I want that dog to die so bad I don't know what to do. I used to go out there and feed that dog too and give it water. That's why that dog lived way longer than he supposed to live. I got that dog before I was in the first grade. His name was Mopsy. My daddy gave the name because he tore up the mop on the back porch. So I got that dog, I was 4 years old. 3 or 4 years, I remember we got that dog. I remember that dog. I hate that dog too. He was a puppy. Now look, parents, this the stupid stuff they do. Oh, my kid want a dog. Kid have no idea the responsibility of a dog. That dog held me back from everything I want to do. The dog got on my nerve. Got to go down here and in the basement. Dog under the house, he get on the heater, make all that noise. I got to deal with the dog. I got to feed the dog. He like, you want the dog? You got to water the dog. Got to feed the dog. I'm like, bump that dog. My dad said, you eat, you drink. The dog got to eat. The dog got to drink. I'm like, that dog ain't got to eat and got to drink. We can stop this. So anyway, we kept that dog, and that dog lived till I was about 15, 16 years old. Felt like forever for that dog to die. That dog finally died, and I went outside, and I worked so hard, and I dug the grave and buried that dog. I said, I'm going to show my dad I am responsible. That I was going out here. I dug that grave about that deep. And this is a big full-grown dog. Listen, I think the bastard came back, because I don't remember that leg sticking out. That bastard had a leg sticking out. One heart, my daddy, he was pissed. I'm thinking, I buried the dog. I can't help if he on his second life. I didn't know the thing was part cat, because I thought I had that leg in her. I gave him, I folded him in that little hole. That joke said, poop, that thing kicked out. And he made me get that shovel and dig that thing and put him down the ground better. I'm like, had you been here the first time, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because I didn't tell him that. But but again, I don't know what, the dog just lived too long. And when my dog went and got beat up on another street, oh, I was so disappointed. His eye was cut, he was outside, I said, you just embarrassed me. I heard all that hollering that night, and then my dog getting beat up. That joker back there, I told him, I said, get away from him. Sorry, joker, know them dogs gonna go tell them folk where you stay at. Man, them dog hollered all night. I ain't know who. I said, somebody dog getting towed. I ain't know my dog. I was so hurt. He done went up on the next street, and they gonna be talking, and everybody gonna be trying to check dogs and see what they. And I had my reputation. But anyway, that dog lived too long. Again, and that's because I used to feed it. And I say that in general, we kind of went further. Behaviors work that same way. As long as you feed them, you can hate them, like I hated that dog, but I kept feeding it. So the dog kept living. Y'all got it? So you can say, well, I feel bad when I steal. I feel bad when I lie. I feel bad when I masturbate. I feel bad when I do homosexuality. I feel bad when I do things contrary to the law. But if you keep feeding the behavior, it doesn't change. So we have to start to learn how to build up a resistance. And one thing what's important, reading the way we reading that makes it, the fact that he said, I would have read there you go, due diligence. I would have kept going because in my mind I felt like I know it because I'm looking at the rest of the sentence. So I'm not focused in on one word that's actually key and telling me to be conscious, to work hard, to keep these regulations for the thoughts of the mind and regulating the flesh. That makes a difference if I understand what you're telling me. Because now I understand verses I'm thinking, people say, Christian people tell you, you tell them something, you can't even tell them you're struggling with that. What? Man, Lord Ben took that away from me. So at that point, I feel like a fool. Lord done took it from them. You said, you must not going to be saved. And this man takes nothing from you. Everything is choice. He didn't come and take them out, Mizraim. Those people met a criteria to leave Mizraim. He did not come there and put no blood over those people's door while they were asleep. This was their effort. They had to take up from among them and put it here. They had to slay it at that certain time. They had to prepare the bitter herbs. Nobody just walked up out of here on a chance or a whim. This was something they had to be conscious of. And that's what happened with us, because we keep assuming if we know it, that's enough. We have to know how to know it effectively. Y'all got it? Because we're trying to tear down something. Let's look at something. Listen, 10 and 4. 2 Corinthians, listen.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Uh-oh. And this will be important for Yasharal. Why? Hands. Yes, sir. That's a good one. You just want to be in front of them. I'm talking about you. Daoud? Well, I wasn't using necessarily a person more than I'm just looking at. Typically, they look at their fights were carnal. They don't have a few fights they didn't have to fight that Alahym fought for them. Typically, even with Gideon, they didn't fight, but what did they wind up using? That's tight. That's right. They took the lamps and they took the vessel, they took the pitcher and they broke them. And the people thought they were surrounded. And when everybody started running, they were panicking. So that the people, when he put them 300, he put 100 at each end on them. And when those people broke the pitcher and they sounded horn, everybody started running. They thought there were more people than it was of them. And those people ran so much through and forward, they wound up killing themselves. So this still were carnal acts. Now he's telling me that the weapons of my warfare are not carnal. Not Daoud he used. Now Daoud took a slingshot, but when Shaul gave him, he gave him his armor. So he's telling us now all the fights we fought, we went and fight people, they were basically carnal fights. These were carnal wars, and now you're fighting a carnal mind, and you can't fight that fight the way you're thinking. What you gonna do, take a knife and cut yourself? What you gonna do, shoot yourself when you commit kata? No, because that's not gonna kill it. Now he's telling the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty.
Through Alahym.
Unto what?
The pulling down of strongholds.
Things that have fortified themselves, that built themselves up. Listen, for me, when I came out the street, when I decided I would come out, definitely did masturbation. Definitely did that. Definitely struggled with a lot of things. Didn't know, because I thought, if I had the mind to want to live right, that was enough. Just having the mind to want to live right. And you can have the mind you want to. Satan got the mind that he want to change your mind. He want to break that mind. He want to stop. Definitely, things will push you to a point and make you want to quit. Because you get tired of failure. You get tired of going backwards. I'm sorry. I repent. I don't know how many times I said I wasn't going to do it no more. I lied to the man so many times. But I was honest. I wasn't intentionally just saying I wasn't going to do it, and then I know. I was like, if I do this to him, then I got to keep it because I don't want to be a liar to him. I lied. I go back, I did it. Smoking weed, I did it. I said I was going to stop, and I go back and I tell I said, this the real ad. Listen. This time, I don't know about them. I said, I said I'll stop. But this time now. This time, this is it. Then I learned how I just stopped, keep saying it, and I just started doing it. Stop putting out your mouth. You just stop putting stuff out your mouth. Just start doing the work. Because you don't put yourself in a situation now. Because this is how another trap gets you. You know what? My life, I ain't going to do it no more. Now if I go do it, what happened? Well, they go there typically. I ain't going to die right instantly. But the fact now I just put out my mouth, there's no need for me to stay. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Now, see, Satan done tricked me and make it. That's why I told you it's better not to make a vow to make one and break it. See, sometimes we'll get trapped. You can trap your own self with your own words. Just do the work. Just do the work. That way you ain't stuck with he'll work on that. But you said you swear to God. You put everything on. So now how you gonna go back? This him wrestling a lot. This his rationale to Satan trying to get you and break you. That's his goal. That's what he does. So our end is to learn to just take my time. I had to learn one day at a time. I did. You know what I was living for? I'm gonna mess up. I don't know how I'm gonna live all my life and don't commit sin. I did. I don't know. Everybody different. I'm talking about me. I did. It was a straight mess up. Because I'm like, you know how far all the rest of my life is? I was picking that thing 1,000 years. I'm gonna go that long, don't mess up. I'm gonna do one day at a time. A couple things gonna make you mess up when you don't know. When you don't know, you put yourself too far out. Just get through the day. That's all you can do. People don't realize I do it one day at a time. I'm not trying to live right the rest. How long the rest of my life is? I'm gonna live long. I'm gonna live right the rest of my life. I keep following the same protocol. When I find out something wrong, it's stuff I'm gonna still learn gonna be wrong. What I'm gonna do? That ain't right. So I might well now. No, well correct that and I keep moving. You ain't gonna ever stop learning. We got a whole book. Can we go over this book? Gonna be some stuff. We gonna know what we're gonna do. Now let's start now. We going to hell. No, we gonna learn. We learn what we're gonna do. Let's get away from it. That's all you can do. Take your time. Don't put so much out on yourself. And we learning. Leave room to transition. We put this everything right now. Listen, we still growing. And as we grow, we walk according to our know. That's why I try to make it plain enough that we understand. Go and work diligent. How many of y'all didn't know what diligent to mean? It used the way it's going. You figure I got idea, but I really didn't have an idea because that makes a difference. That lets me know originally I got to work hard because I'm thinking, let go and let God. And put it in the Lord's hand. No, they gonna put it in. It's like putting what in my hand? Listen, hold what you got. Your Ukanai, 17 and 14. Let's see what he said. Hold on, your Ukanai, they call it John. Your Ukanai. That's for Cam. I can't understand about a few things he be saying now. Let's see. Listen.
I have given them thy debar,
And what happened?
and the Alahym hath hated them,
Why?
because they are not of the Alahym, even as I am not of the Alahym.
What you do?
I palau not that thou shouldest take them out of the Alahym,
But what happened?
but that thou shouldest keep them from the Roshan.
Well, how that's gonna happen? Listen why.
They are not of the Alahym, even as I am not of the Alahym.
So what you do?
Kadosh them through thy Amat.
In the Amat, in the truth.
Thy debar is Amat.
What happened?
As thou hast shalak me into the Alahym,
What you do?
even so have I also shalak them into the Alahym.
What happened?
And for their sakes I kadosh myself, that they also might be kadosh through the Amat.
I set myself aside, so I also could set them aside to the Amat. Let's see what happened.
Neither palau I for these alone,
I'm not just plowing for these alone.
but for them also,
Who shall do what?
amon on me through their debar.
So let's say this. He prayed for everybody. Agreed? What'd you say? Why you say that? Lancaster. Huh? I can't hear you say what?
Don't pray for sinners or people that don't obey him.
He wasn't praying for everybody. He was only praying for people that were going to accept the word. He's going to be people make a choice. He prayed for everybody. I don't know where you got it from. He was plowing, he was asking for the 11. From there, he would ask, then he started plowing and asking for other people that were going to do what they were going to do. Be willing to be set aside. Willing to take the word against odds and opposers and opposition. This is you're going to look at. Opposition always going to be there. Things are going to come up and going to challenge you. You got to be willing to take in yourself. For me, I just got tired of failing. I got tired of screwing up. That's a difference. I did. I got so tired of screwing up. I don't know. It just made me sick. I got sick of it. You just get sick of banging your head, starting over. I don't know. I guess some of y'all, it just, but then everybody in a different place. I don't say that to criticize you, to run you down, or make you think that I was better than you. It's just you got to get to a point that you got to really start caring more about yourself than what you think you do. Because you don't until you really start looking at, I got to resist it. That is, you really have to put yourself and make up your mind to be willing to say, you know, this is it for me. I gotta go this way. You can't have, that's the only reason I ain't left it when I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't gonna be taking on the line. Why wouldn't I? That's stupid. I got somewhere to go. Why would I be here? I don't. I know you might be thinking of physical play. I'm not in a physical play. I'm concerned about my soul. I don't have anywhere else to go. Well, I ain't gotta go home. I can go to a hotel. I can go to an Airbnb. I can go stay with my mind. There's other places physically like that. But I'm concerned about when my nefesh leave this body. I got to have somewhere to go. So with that being contingent, that restricts my behavior. Y'all got it. And just like he said, it's a fight. Because when you watch all these people out here and people going, you realize, man, these people ain't living like nothing finna end. These people living like, I mean, it'll get better someday. These people, that's how they live. They living like, you really have to ask yourself, you might be a fool. Because these people are not living like the world ending. COVID kind of shook them just a little, but they got over that, man. I'm going to die. And I throw the man at that point. Folk wasn't saying when COVID came out, if I die, I'm going to die. I'm going to die for something. No, niggas went down. Folk was scared. Them numbers were racking. They showed 3 million, 5 million people. People like, oh no, I ain't trying to die from that COVID to kill you. People got over that stuff, done had a couple times. Man, if I'm gonna die, man, I'm gonna die. Well, man, we gotta die from something. That's the mentality. And then it'll make you look and say, well, maybe I'm the only fool. But at the end of the day, I had to stay with my mind knowing that man come back here, he gonna judge this arise. And I can't afford to be wrong. I've been wrong a lot of times. I calculated wrong a lot of times. This one time right here, I got to make sure the number's right. I got to make sure I got this dead to center. Because I don't want to be wrong. Other things I got wrong, I took losses and hurt on. But this time I'm my soul now. I got to be right on this one. So now he's saying, let's go back over. Yeah, 10:4, 2 Corinthians. I'm not using a lot of time. I'm not gonna try to hold y'all too long. Y'all get ready to get your money. I just want people to consider 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Let's see warfare definition. I almost thought about welfare. Niggas definitely got welfare. Not a check though. Don't look for check. We got welfare, but warfare. Okay, warfare. Engagement in or the activities involved in war or conflict. That's what he just told us. That's what we're in now. We're in a conflict. Conflicts are disagreements. We're in a disagreement. Think about it. Alahym got something that he wants us to do, and the flesh got something it want to do. So am I going to fight this carnally? No. He said, I can't use those weapons. Now, you'll find like the Ethiopia, I burnt my face, as they call it. You'll find with them, they came with the eunuchs where the men would cut their penises off. This is a tradition for them. The men would cut their penises off to assure that they would not lay with women. I'm not cutting mine off. That's right. I'm going to fight this thing, do whatever I got to do with it, but we're not going to cut this off now. I cut the foolishness off. We're not going to cut no pelk off. No, that ain't my religion. That's somebody else's religion. I'm telling you now, we ain't, listen, take your penis and cut. Not mine. Not mine. Not right. No. That's the other folk trying to keep you. Listen, man. That man he'll keep you in your mind. He wants you to possess these things and let it control. Think about it. That don't make sense. When he put Adam here, he was supposed to subdue everything on it. Where was his penis at? On another planet? Subdue it. He didn't get rid of no elephants, or and nobody else. He left it, and you were supposed to subdue it. So that already gave him a mental state that you are bigger and more stronger than anything else around you. That can control even yourself. He wasn't just supposed to subdue other things, control it. He was supposed to subdue himself because he was given Torah. The rest of so was it limited to just the things in the air, just the things in the water? He said everything on your right. You're supposed to subdue it. So this about the weapon. What shotgun did he have to keep the elephants from running them over? What did he use to keep the rhinos no back? A bat. What he had? A caveman club. So I don't buy none of this caveman stuff white folk talk about. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't pay these people no attention. Man, I already had a language. We already had a discipline. It makes no sense we were no cavemen. It makes no sense. The man had a language at the time he came and talked with them. You know, Russ had a language. You can't do all the things these people did. If they were cavemen, how do they even know what happened at the beginning? Because that's what white people, anytime white people don't understand something, they always denote it as something primitive, something less than them. They always do this stuff, just foolishness. Walk up and get a club and bust a woman over the head and get her. And the book told her that the Ben Alahyms, the Benim Alahym saw that the daughters of unashamed of men were fair, and they clubbed them. So they took them, all of whom they what? See, here, all the guys all used to bang one woman. I don't know where you get this stuff from. I don't know where. They weren't running no G's. I don't know where folks get this stuff from, man. The book told you they took who they chose. But it sounds good to try to justify the primitive behavior of man when he does things contrary to Alahym word. That's the caveman. I'm not a caveman. I'm the Isha Alahym. He put me here to survive and dwell. Y'all got it? Well, warfare is engagement in or the activities involved in war or conflict. And that's what you got with your flesh. You warring. Shaul talked about the members warring. Y'all right? And that's what, and he told you how they're going to war in your mind. You're not going to unconsciously masturbate. You're not going to unconsciously do anything. Anything you do is going to be conscious because the mind is going to push against the word, and that's a conflict. And you got to know how to bring it into subjection. Okay? So it's important to know that we're talking about your warfare. So it's the engagement you're going to do, the activities involved in the war, in the conflict for us. Y'all got it? And we know to be diligent in this fight that he gave concerning the precepts, which are the regulations and the rules that he's given us to govern us. Oh, y'all got it? Because we don't want to be governed. Man's proved that since the time he does not want to be governed. But Alahym set rule. He's trying to show us that his word is superior over anything your flesh do. To prove it, your flesh going to get you killed. His word going to rule. The word rule either way it go. If you don't do it, you're going to die. Who told you you were going to die? Word is superior. You can't do nothing contrary than the word. Go and still live after the word he done told you. You can't. Showing you that the word is still right. The word is superior. Like Shaul, it proved that the word is Sadak. It's right. What he say he's going to do, he's going to do it. All right, come on back up right quick. For the weapons, plural, of our warfare, our engagement concerning war conflict are not carnal. They're not of the flesh. They're not of the Sarat, but mighty to Alahym, unto the pulling down of fortifications, destroying counsel. It says strongholds. Yeah, stronghold. Here they're saying destroying counsel. That's what you got to do. That makes sense, though, because in Marshall Lee 1 and 13, hands. I got one. I got a bishop back here. Then I got apostle. Who ranked? A bishop or an apostle? All right, you done. Come on, apostle. Hold on for a minute. Did your pastor mention you last time?
No.
You don't think you don't remember? All right, well, it's our first time for everything. Go ahead, apostle. He looking now trying to think. Did you mess him up before, apostle? Did you mess up your memory before with the answer? No, you don't pass it. That tight. All right, what you got right now? Hold on, we're not doing that. I want one or two things. Chelsea, your pastor just messed up. I want one or two things. Man, made me forget the answer. Oh, yeah, 113. What did it say? That's a good answer. What happened? Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Or what? If they said let us lurk for blood, I think it's 1 and 11. 1 and 11, 13 said let us lurk for innocent blood. Talking about not going. But this is why it makes sense about destroying counsel. Because he told you not to go. If Kataim, sinners enticed you, he told you not to consent. So now he makes sense when he tell you about destroying counsel. Because that's a recommendation for course of behavior. So what it say when your flesh call you to do something contrary to the word? That's a recommendation. So what do? That's right. That's being diligent. That's being diligent, right? That means you work hard against. That you're conscious of. That makes sense to make sure that you're conscious of. It don't make sense to get conscious when you get in repentance. Let me tell you something. In growth, spurt changes. First, there's no conviction. Then that begins to become something to consider. Then there's conviction after the behavior, which means now it's starting to press against you. Now you have to start looking at where do we want the real conviction to be. We want the conviction now to be before and not after.
Right.
Because the after is the danger part, because now we can get to a point I'm starting to learn, but now I'm to a point where I should have learned and I shouldn't be here. I need the repentance to be in the front.
Mm-hmm.
I need the remorse to be in the front, which means if I don't do it, there's no remorse. The remorse is coming in because the action has already happened. So I got to start to change the dynamics of how I work. Well, we want to stay in him and now, right here. Remorse is after. Now I'm caught. Now I'm in trouble. Now I'm done. He said, I need you to be here. He said, well, if that's the case, there's no need for remorse. Exactly, because you should have been diligent.
Right.
You should have been working, fighting hard not to get to remorse.
That's right.
But that's a change. That's where things start at. I'm practical. Yahuwah is practical. It starts to work in that state. And it's supposed to be the very thing it is. It's supposed to be so convicting, so damning, and so hurtful to a point that you move it in the front. Which means now you shouldn't have it. You see that? Makes sense. You know why you don't start crying, why you don't feel bad before? Because you ain't done it. That's stupid. See me, I bust out crying before I do it. Man, I'm just like that. I bust out crying, I be all down before I do it. That makes absolutely no sense. I hadn't done it. Why would I have it when I hadn't done it? So let's shift the matter. You got it? That's what I want you. Because this would be what? A wasteful effort to have it in front of, correct? Would y'all agree? Wouldn't it be a wasted effort to have a conviction of crying and hurting if I hadn't done it? That's a wasteful one at the end if you keep doing it. Both of them are waste. Because at the point, as the book said, that him, listen, it gets to a point, the book, let me see this on right quick. Just get it. 1026, 1025, Abarim, we'll get ready to try to let you go. They call it Hebrew 1025. So I'm about real change. See, y'all see, listen, that thing wrapping up, y'all gonna see a lot of people not gonna make it. It's intentional. Don't y'all know that man intended on not saving everybody? Because these are choices that people gonna make. It's designed to be that way. Because there are gonna be people that ain't gonna get it, that don't want to get it. People gonna think, you know what, I'm gonna try it again, you ain't gonna be able to try it, you're gonna cut you off. Y'all see what I'm saying? Listen, mind when I tell you that man only intend to save but a few people. He didn't intend to save everybody. That's why y'all better consider it to be a baraka to you. He not saving everybody. Y'all will see it. Just go ahead and believe everybody can jump up right now and come start repenting again. He's not doing it. He ain't taking everybody. He's just not doing it. Nope. All right. Y'all see. This is what he told you. Not
forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Hear that, Jeff? Not forsaking. If they told you they get ready to come down here and you don't go, not forsaking our assembly. What would our assembly be? Muhards? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know what people thinking. Well, you don't expect you to make all of them. Let's see how they go. Not forsaking. What does not mean? To no degree. Forsaking our
assembly.
Probably one of them truck assemblies. See how he cleared up. That I'll make a difference. Let's see. As
the manner of some is.
As some are accustomed.
But
they've been doing. But rather
exhorting one another.
Comforting one another.
And so much the more.
As you do what?
See the Yom approaching.
They're probably Old Testament. Because the time him coming back is so far off, it's ridiculous. Close. They did the time to miss. I know people thinking, listen, people don't, I'm telling y'all, listen, the man has purposely disguised things to make these people think it's okay because that's the eye they see with. That's the eye they see with. If the people that were here before had known that that man was finna destroy the whole of rocks, that ship would have had more than 8 people on it. It's because they had no idea. They were not conscious of, not aware of what this man is having, what this man intended on doing. The man has showed us it's coming to pass. We've never seen this stuff before. We've never seen. They were showing the winds of that hurricane coming down here. It's heading from 127 past 157. They had a meter. It shoot 157 is a category 5. It's gone past 157. A 5 is all they recorded. It's going past 157. The man that talk, and these stupid people still here, yeah, we have part of that. Because you stupid. The man told you we're going to have, as it was in the day of New Ark. So it said, guess what they were doing the day before the flood? Eating and drinking, marrying and giving and marrying, until the flood came and took them all away. Just stupid. He keeps showing you people are stupid. It don't matter what you tell them, they're dumb. They can say, we ain't dumb. I assure you wasting breath talking to me. You're dumb. It makes no sense to tell me that 16-foot wind surge water coming in and my black behind house is ground level. My house is not 16 feet off the ground. Why am I here? It makes some stuff don't even make sense. Now I'm calling, asking for them to help me. I wouldn't answer. I get the phone. What's wrong with you? I'm dying. Say, you know why? Did you see the evacuation? You told me. You called me. You called me. You ain't no position to tell me what to talk about. He letting human life die. You talk about the human that say I'm gonna stay down here. No, you ain't human. You were human. You got out. But that show you what people's minds say. Listen, I ain't worried about in Florida. Oh, what I do? Get out the water first. That stuff not impressive. That's for anybody. It's stupid. But it show you people don't even care about their soul. You worry about protecting the house. What about my soul? Ain't nothing in the house can't be replaced. Nothing in the house can't be replaced. Furniture, these bastards got cars hiding and putting them up, bolting up glass windows. And you ain't gonna bolt up my life? It's more important than this house? That's an insurance claim. Shoot, man, I'm telling you something. I got a car note. Let one come through here. I'm driving mine to the water to get out. They said, how your car got that far? I said, man, that water serious when it come down here. Man, you think I'm finna be trying to protect some paying a note on? I'm driving the thing straight through the water. Listen, I'm going to get and swim. They be like, it ain't even came yet. I said, that thing came early. Now, how your car get all the way out there? Man, I'm not going to be running around trying to protect something with a note on it. Isn't that right? I be like Dwayne said, when you have sleep, it's a wet dream. That's what we got. That's a blessing. Walk. Man, be like, no. Water comes to man, I'm not finna be fighting with no car. That's insurance. That's not my problem. I ain't finna be running here trying to save no car. Man, bump that car. I ain't got nothing. A car, I need to save me. I'm not about to make no fool out of y'all. Y'all see the chosen? But confident in one another, and so much the more as you see the human approaching, I be telling them, y'all see. I tell you, y'all see how the man work. Y'all see, a lot of people ain't gonna make it. They're not gonna get in. There's a lot of folks outside, they'll never make it back. It ain't impossible. It's impossible. This thing winding up now. It winding up. Y'all can try it. You can see it. Maybe he'll grant it to you. You never know. Listen, one thing I don't do, I don't fight Mr. Yahuwah. I assure you, I can't fight him. I can't stop him for nothing. He said, if I can stop him, he ain't nothing. He ain't nothing if I can stop him. But I'm telling y'all, if I'm not getting in. I'll tell you what, it won't make no sense to hold no standard. What you holding a standard for? What a standard gonna do where you going? That make no sense. I'm trying to hold me a standard right here just in case. That man not gonna do no stuff like that. You had a standard, obey them, got the ruler, you submit yourself. They watch it for you on the fire. You can't watch for you. If people tell me, let me tell you, like these little goofball religion, make themselves a preacher so they can say I'm watching over myself and my family. Go ahead and try it. Now, listen, folk make up all kind of food and stuff at the last minute. Y'all better get you something structured. Them men always had structure. Every time I find them folk make themselves preachers, set that stuff, it's always jacked up. It's always something jacked up, always something twisted up they done made up. They can't stay at the book. They stay at the book. They can't explain what they're doing. So they got the book, then they got some more stuff. You can't move with that. I got to be solid. Man, this mind of fire, I tell you about, I ain't gambling with nobody with my soul. Listen, houses, cars, and that stuff, you can gamble it up. Ain't none of no book say you got to have a house and a car for you to go to Shaman. Nothing. Nothing. Your nefesh got to be right. I can't gamble with that. Everything else, listen, that's their people judgment call. Man, how you gonna be saved if you don't own no house? Yahushua didn't have one. So I guess he condemned too, huh? That's different. I don't understand how. Don't let these folk make no fool out of y'all. At the end of the day, you're nefesh. That's impossible. Making sure you line up with the book. Now these folks sitting out here, and let's see what he told her. Listen now. Let's finish that. He just hit this at 25. I'm sure I get a text, get a call done. I won't waste time trying to explain it, because this ain't just come in my mind. This been him. I'm telling everybody, y'all see the day approaching. So, that day you miss, day you plan out, might be the day might have you out. Mm-hmm. The man, this new, y'all think he just, what is, as you see the day approaching, so much the more? What that mean? He just told you, if people, this they custom. Mm-hmm. These not my muhar. I don't know what people be thinking. This man said, these are my muhars, and you shall keep them. I don't know what people be thinking about. Everybody got their own thing, though. I mean, that's amazing. Man give you all this year time, he take a few days out of it. Out of all the time he take, what he take? 2 weeks, muhar for Pesach, let's say Pesach, then Sokar is 8 days. So that's 2 weeks and a day. Then he get he get kafar, that they call atonement, then he get teruah. So where we at now? We at what, 14, 15, what, 15 days? 17 days? Then we got 2 days from Pesach. For Purim. So we're at 19 days, and he gave you 365. How about he give you 19 days, and he take the other 300 some change? If that man say, you know what I'm doing? I ain't gonna show up for you for 19 days. What you gonna do? What are you who don't show up one day for you? Count how many you don't show up, and count how many he don't show up. See, a lot of stuff we do because everybody get comfortable. I just feel like it's about your obedience. He don't a lot of I don't know what y'all thinking. It's about your obedience. The man been talking. He said obedience is better than Zabak. And you listening, then the fat ram trying to offer something. I'm trying to tell you, folks, listening, paying attention, listening with the intent to do. Because everybody tell me what they're doing. How you been making all the other days? It's tight on me now. It ain't been tight on you the other day. It's tight on you who let you making them other days and live. This man got a whole world. You think it ain't tight on him? Yahushua up on that too. What he said? Man, it's easy. It's tight on him. So he asked, what he asked us to do? What's hard on us? Everything you got come from him. Everything you got. Listen, I got so much stuff to do. Listen, I'm busy 8 days a week. If he had 8 days, I couldn't get no rest. I'm the only people, I got the only job that got to work on Shabbat. And I don't jump up for 30 minutes and run. I try to teach with clarity and understanding. The man Granite did, and I'm with y'all, listen, I can use Shabbat, I can make some money. Every one of them feed days, he got muhar coming up. I need every one of them days, I got stuff I got to take care of. I always got stuff I got. It ain't just about making, I got so much stuff. So many people depend on me, so much stuff I got to do. At the end of the day, how I'm able to do anything I do except for about him. If he turned the thing around, what I'm going to do? I got to make it. Listen, I don't even keep up. I'm telling you what bad made me, and I ain't going to repent, but that's just how it is. I don't know when these days come up, they pop up, but you know why I don't care? If I find out there's one tomorrow, that got that. That guy was they throw me off, you got to give me more notice than this. It can't be one of them. Man, I ain't got no choice. That's who let me make them other days. These folks don't realize that's why your way be hard. A lot on that. Don't be him. Damn it. Y'all too much to them. They don't know why your way be hard. That man try to tell you, he make your way hard. Because you know what? Anything else we got to do for our kids, for anything else we want to do, any of us in here and out there too, we make provision to do it. Everybody, we make provision. They come to Yahuwah stuff. He be pissed with all of us with that stuff. Because he said, my stuff gets shorted. Every time he gets shorted on something. That's him calling assembly. This the end of the year. That's the same thing happening. When that man called Teruah, you ain't there. Where you think you at? When he signed it, guess who gonna ride first? And we with y'all live gonna be cut off. Don't you know the Rosh not getting up with him? It's only for those that's with him getting up first. That's the only thing he getting up. Because it was to us to know about it. If you're not these things we practice because this is what we're gonna be doing. How many of y'all have been an honor ceremony? You were part of an honor ceremony or a graduation, any of that kind of? How many of y'all? How many of y'all you just popped at the day of the graduation? How many of y'all you popped up for the ceremony? I'm just curious. What they had before that? Rehearsal? What was the rehearsal for? They ain't been keeping it, and he gonna just let them pop up that day. That day you just gonna pop up and be in. Them folks start saying, where you going? Oh, I'm here for the. No, you're not finna mess this. Y'all, am I making it? Y'all, they gonna let you just pop up that day. They're like, no, we've been rehearsing. You ain't been coming to practice. What they have basketball practice? No, you know what they do? Football. You remember you played football. Show up game day. You go wait a minute. Why they ain't gonna let me play? I know football. Because we practice for this day. This is a big day. We practice. You can't just pop up and play. You play, baby. Don't come to practice and just come on, play. Yeah, that's right. Practice? You talking about practice? That's true. And they had to get rid of him. His statement one where they said, that man, you can't keep doing that. He was that good. It's like we can play around him. Tell them folks, you got to be here. You got to be here so you know what we do. The man got something coming. This is dress rehearsal. That's why y'all here. This is dress rehearsal. How you going to know what do you get? You think the man get him out cook? No, come. Let me teach y'all how to act up here. How you get in here? How you got in here, nigga? You can't get everybody gonna know what to do. The whole book was contingent on teaching them what we put. He never just took them people into Jerusalem. They were taught before they got there. He never taught them in Jerusalem no laws, no statute, and no tool. It never happened. He taught them before they got there. My people they're gonna pop up game day and play. I don't know how y'all gonna do it. I don't know how they gonna do it. Let me tell you something, man. We gotta get this stuff right. I don't know what deal y'all cut or got told. Them deals everybody deal ripped up. Y'all throw them in the trash. We don't have them deals. And that's for your soul. I wouldn't be right if I ain't tell you the truth. They're finna wind up. Let me get this straight. If I can't make it here, how am I making the shaman? I'm gonna make it all the way up there and I can't make it down here. It's gonna be tight. That man told y'all when he had to move hard. Everybody he invited, he said they made light of it. And he said, I saved them later. What did he say he did to them? He said, not one of them going to taste of my supper. Not one of them. Everybody that had something else to do, they make it. He said, now, let me tell you something. He told them that story for what reason? He like telling lying stories. How many times we done got away with this stuff? That man done spared our life to bring us to now to realize, what are y'all thinking? This is a call to assembly. That means Yasharal Yehuda has to assemble themselves. That ain't no joke. This is this man's call. That's his sound. He called Adon, what he said? Man, I'm standing in these bushes. I'm busy. He got to come out. What you going to do? So who calling him Muhammad? That got that. That's two.